Welcome back. We are back with another video. One thing before we get started, we gotta thank God for allowing us to be able to do any and everything that we are able to do to better ourselves and elevate ourselves and get further and further in the things that, He has planned for us to do. Second, I gotta say, on last Sunday, Pastor talked about love, asking where is the love, and I have a video where I'm pretty much asking the same thing, like, where's the love? Where are we all fighting for? Like, what is the thing of why we want to fight against each other? You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be united as one, making things a better place. Why is there so much hatred? Why is there so much violence? Why is there so much against one another? And when we all should be able to just come together and have peace, unity, love, hope, help. You know what I'm saying? Instead of all the negativity and fighting against each other. But that's another topic for another day. Today's video is about entitlement. Now, entitlement can be wherever and in whoever, It could be in your family, it could be in your friends, it could be in your co-workers, it could be people that you barely even know, and they feel like they are entitled to things that they are not entitled to, but they'll make you feel like that they are, and they really not, Entitlement pretty much, is pretty much how a person is raised, whether they're the only child and if they got special treatment when they was younger, from their parents by being the only child. Also, that most characteristics of that is narcissistic, feeling like everybody in the world owes them everything without them having to give little to nothing, feeling like their needs are much more valuable than yours, or whatever they say go. And if they don't, then if you don't follow them and they lead, then it's a whole big problem. It's like World War III around there, and they have these issues, these emotions that they cannot control. Entitlement first is something that you have the right to have or to do with themselves with the concept of social equality enforcements. Legally, social, of society, of society. Sorry. It also can be associated with self-absorbance, sometimes mistaken for self-confidence. Psychologically, mentally, it's a defense of deserving of everything, like I said, and not having to give anyone anything, but expecting everything in return. Whether it be with your friends. Now, your friends will make you feel like your feelings don't matter over theirs, when that's not true. Friendships should be based off of, mutual respect, understanding, similar experiences, not one always doing more for the other and the other not doing much of anything. Dropping all their needs just to come satisfy you, putting your needs before theirs, or even trying to take credit for things that you have done and they haven't even put the work in. It's like, how you gonna take some credit for some stuff that I did when you didn't put the work in, you didn't have no ideas, your name ain't on here, so why do you feel like you are entitled to get the reward or the recognition that I'm getting? For what? because we friends? Nah. Then those be the ones that, try to get information out of you that you really don't want to share. Sometimes it could be, it could be uncomfortable information that you don't want to share. And they'll beg and plead and you can talk to me, or we're friends, you should be able to tell me those things. But you don't want to tell some stuff that you should keep to yourself. Everybody don't have the right to know. Everybody don't need to know, because everybody don't want to see you happy, don't want to see you doing something positive, don't want to see you prosper in different things in different areas, especially if they not doing nothing, or even if they is, they feel like you could do a lot better than them. That's where the naive come in. That's where the jealousy comes in. And that's not how friendships should be. That's not how anything should be. We should be able to come together and elevate each other, make each other better, as individuals and as friends or partners or whatever the case may be. Then you got your family that, feel like they entitled to certain things that's yours, or to know everything that's going on in your life, when they don't either. Or they feel like, you are the meal ticket, or there's something like you have to get them out of situations that they are in, or you have to allow them to have control over certain aspects of your life. And it's like, no, it's not your life to live, it's mine. And once everything is all said and done, and then consequences is here, only one who's paying for those consequences, only one that's going through those motions, only one that it has to answer before God himself is me. So why would I let you dictate or have control or plan out this dream, this life for me, when I'm the one that's going to be living it? I'm the one that has to go through all the trials and tribulations and ups and the downs and the ins and the outs, the lefts and the right. You're just going to be in the background feeling like you're entitled to be like, oh yeah, I got this planned out for my son and my daughter, and they're going to follow this, because otherwise if they don't, then they're a disappointment. Why would you want to make your child feel like they're a disappointment? Their life is their life to live. Everyone has their own path, and everybody has their own purpose. Everybody has their own different gift. And whatever their gift is, you should, as a parent, especially as a parent, you should accept them, accept it, support them, help them elevate, help them reach their goals and their full potential. Don't try to hold them back. Don't make them feel like they are less worthy of what you think that they are, because they're not following in the path or the steps that you have aligned from them. That's like a movie that I watched not too long ago. One of the Tyler Perry movies. How she, the daughter moved out, to the farm, with her boyfriend and stuff like that, and they end up getting married, but he's a white guy. And her mom comes out there to visit for Christmas and also the extra stuff, and she thinks the daughter's husband is the help. But realistically, that's her husband. So then once she finds out, her feelings is hurt, and you're a disappointment, and blah blah blah, and she's upset about it. But sometimes children, especially older children, when they move away and they do certain stuff, it's not to hurt you, it's for them. They've done everything in their life for you up until a certain point, and then at a certain point they feel like, okay, I'm done with that. I gotta do something that's for me, something that's going to benefit me, something that's going to make me happy, something that I'm going to be satisfied with, and forget about what everybody else says, forget how everybody else thinks, because in those moments nobody else matters but them. So, and parents have to understand that, like, don't try to live vicariously through your kids. It's never going to work. Because the plans that you have for them are not the plans that they have for themselves. They can have totally different other plans and don't want to be what you want them to be. So you disown them because that ain't what you had in mind, or they didn't marry who you thought they should marry, or whatever the case may be. Just like with their money and their business and different stuff that they put effort and time in, you think you are entitled to it because what? You their parents? Or even your siblings. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody always looking for a handout. You know what I'm saying? Couple dollars here, couple dollars there. Or I got something going on. You think you could drop what you doing and come see about what I got going on, but when it's something for you, they either don't show up or they late. So then it's like, damn, where's the love? Where's the support? You want me to do something for you, but you can't do the same thing for me. And I don't think that's fair. It's not fair. But families, friends will do that. They will feel like they are, because they feel like they're entitled to. And that's not how relationships should be. That's like one-sided, you know. Entitled people also take that into their relationships. It could be within their relationships, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you lose your partner, because you push them away by not caring for their needs and making them seem like they pretty much helpless. Like they have to be quiet, everything has to go your way in a relationship, or relationship isn't perfect. And what you think is a perfect relationship, what they think is a perfect relationship, overlooking what they might need or what they might say that they need within the relationship, when it should be 50-50. It's not always going to be 50-50. Sometimes it's going to be 70-25 or 90-10 or 80-20 or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, why would you want to push your partner away? That's supposed to be your partner. You're not supposed to be able to have that type of connection. Don't ignore what they have going on. Don't ignore their needs. Don't ignore their wants. If they putting forth the effort to satisfy you and be there for you and support you, no matter what they got going on or what it is that they doing, but they're still able to support you and do things for you, that should be fair game. That should be, okay, you doing something for me, let me do something for you. You know, you drop certain stuff for me that might not be as important in that moment, and I got something that's going on. Okay, so when the time come back around and you got something that you need me to do, something you need me to be at for you, to show some support, I'm gonna be there, you know, as a partner, as anybody. I ain't gonna say not even just in your relationship, you know, because that can, people have to understand that. Then, you know, you got those co-workers, oh my God, these rules don't apply to me. I've been here for such amount of years, or I'm going to use my title or my position that's above you to make you feel like, even though you're doing things the right way, you're in my opinion, you're doing them wrong. And if you argue with me, then we're going to have a bigger problem. Like, dude, like, I don't like people like that, because the same rules that apply to me apply to you. I don't care how long you feel like, or I don't care how entitled you feel like you are, because how long you've been here. There's no way that you should be able to slack off and do this and do that and not do none of the work, while I'm sitting here doing all the work. But then at the end, you'll try to take all the credit. You'll make it seem like you've been here doing work the whole entire time, And realistically, you haven't been doing anything. People try to use their position and power. It's really power over you. Like they feel like they're entitled to do certain stuff, and you're really not. Then dealing with family entitlement is dealing a little different, because that's your family, and you don't want to seem like you being rude or distance between y'all. But in some points, you have to be stern with that. You have to set boundaries. You have to set limits. You have to make them feel where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them feel like you bad or in the wrong for protecting yourself, or making you feel bad because you want space. Everybody needs their space. Everybody deserves their space. You know what I'm saying? Not everything needs to be shared with people. Because again, not everybody wants to be happy for you. A lot of those people not even really happy for you. They can say that they are, but deep down inside, they really not. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how you have family that can be naive or jealous of you because of things that you got, or the places that you go, or just how you carry yourself. When it's like they could be doing the same thing, but they choose not to, or they choose to do it to impress other people, and you do it because that's just you. You are confident within the person that you are and can do that. And nobody should make you feel wrong for any of that, or say y'all got something that y'all planning or whatever, and families feel like, oh well, I feel like they should go this way, and I feel like you need to have this and we need to have that. When everybody input, especially at a family gathering or whatever, some type of occasion, everybody's input matters, because that's what's going to make the event better. Everybody pitching in, everybody voicing their opinion, everybody having little inputs on what they feel should be, so that the bigger picture is much more greater. Instead of one person putting in all their input, saying about decorations, food, music, what people be wearing, where the place should be at, how long it's gonna be, like what? Like, why do you feel like you entitled to that? Why do you feel like the event, and the event ain't even about you? The event, it could be about y'all great auntie, or y'all great grandma, or or somebody daddy, or whatever the case may be, and you want to take credit for the whole thing. You want to be the only one. Well, I thought about that, or I thought about that, or I suggested that, and then when it don't go your way and y'all having the discussion, you be like, well, what I suggested, they didn't want to listen to me, or what I said, everybody had an attitude about that. It's not that everybody had an attitude, it's that everybody's opinion and input does matter. At the end of that, y'all come to a conclusion, come to a bottom line, to what y'all feel is best for the occasion, and that's how y'all go about it. They don't let you be dating somebody, or whatever the case may be, because then they feel like they ain't have the right to meet everybody. And no, my relationship is not for me, you, and them. It's for me and them. If I feel like I want you to meet them, then you will meet them. If I feel like I don't want you to meet them, then you won't. Because these spirits be walking around, and you could be the spirit that I don't want, in my relationship. You can be giving off vibes and energy that I don't need to run my relationship. And that's why some people go distant. Some people, only come around when they need to come around for certain events. Other than that, they be in shadows, minding their own business, doing their own thing. Because they don't want the pressure of dealing with that. Especially with like the older generation, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they are entitled to everything. They just gotta know what's going on. And that's not true. That's not true. Because these are not the old days, and a lot of younger people in this generation are not gonna go for that. They're not going to allow you to always have to say so. Yeah, some of us still respect our elders, and we value their opinion and we listen to what they have to say. But at the same time, right, we live in two different time zones. What y'all had going on back then is different than what we got going on right now. And how y'all lived then is different than how we live now. So yeah, we take that into consideration, but at the end of the day, is we have the final say so. We make that decision within our lives, and if it turn out to be wrong, okay. But don't be one of those people to be like, I told you so, I told you so. No. Don't do that. Because then you're only gonna make them feel worse about the decisions that they made. And you can make decisions. Not all of them are going to be right. But nobody knows what's best for your life but you. Because you're the only one that's living it. So you can't sit here and tell me you know what's best for me. You know what's best for my life. You know which path I should take, or how I should be living my life, or what car I need to be driving, or who I need to be dating. You can tell me to date such and such ain't such is a narcissist. You can tell me to date such and such is an abuser, is a liar, is a cheater. But you want me to be with them because you think we look good together. But it ain't just about look good together. It's about actually being good together without all the bull crap, without all the drama. In a relationship, you're supposed to be able to build, elevate, without all the lying, the cheating, the narcissist, the abuse, all that. Now, why would you want your daughter, your niece, your granddaughter to be with somebody like that? Because that's the type of situation that y'all was in growing up, or when y'all was dating to the man that y'all married to now. So that's all y'all know. And y'all gotta realize the generation now is about breaking curses. We ain't doing all that. We ain't standing up for nothing like that. We not finna be around here being a yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, yes master. We're not doing that. You ain't finna be isolating me from my family or whatever, or making everything about you, or putting your hands on me and thinking I'm just gonna be quiet. No, that ain't how that go. That's not how that go at all. The moment you put your hands on me, you're not even gonna get that. We're not even gonna get that far, because the first red flag that I see is over. We're not doing that. And I think that's another thing that the older generation don't really understand. This generation now is about breaking curses, doing things right, standing on what they really believe in, and being firm. Not saying that the older generation don't have self-values and they don't have morals and they don't have dignity, but at the same time they took that, let a man be the head of your household and all that other stuff to the extreme. You could be the head of somebody's household, but at the same time you're not going to dictate everything that go on in my life. three parts of that, for entitlement is, assertive, restrictive, and excessive. Excessive would being, putting their needs before yours. Your needs don't matter. Or you say you want to do this, well, I think we should do that. And then restrictively, they feel like they less independent. They less confident within themselves. Always going with your plans instead of voicing their opinion about how they feel. And y'all being able to meet in the middle. And they're not going to want to do that because they know you're going to either have an attitude and then the whole plan is going to be canceled, or so they rather just sit back and not say nothing and just go with the flow. When in a relationship, that's not how that should be. Y'all both should be able to voice how y'all feel. Both of everybody's needs should be getting met. It ain't just one-sided. But on the positive side, assertive entitlement is kind of good because they are self-insured in pursuing their needs and their wants. They have the desires to be able to express what they need out of the relationship, discuss their preference on things, eliminate that what can be expected from your partner, leaving no room for errors or little to none, because in any type of relationship, not just with a partner, but also your friendships, you want to make sure that you guys are always on the same page. You guys always have an understanding. You guys always know what is going on instead of you saying something or planning something and then the other one don't know. That's why you should always communicate with people. Communication is not gonna say, one of the number one keys into a good relationship with anybody. Friends, family, partners, community. You should always be able to have that line of communication that is open. And without communication, I don't know. Because if you can't communicate, that's a big problem. Or if you communicate and people still don't understand, then that's a problem. But handling people with entitlement, you have to, just be firm and telling them no and what they requested and what their request is. Whether it's big or small, standing up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Give a hand up, giving hands up, but not hands out. Like, let's meet in the middle. You want me to do this? Let's meet in the middle. Like, I got something, but you do something, and we can meet in the middle. Like, I'm not gonna keep giving you handouts without getting much of that in return. Call them out with some respect. Don't argue with them, because arguing with them is only gonna make things 10 times worse. And don't put yourself too much. Don't go over your head with it. Just be firm and learn how to control your emotions with it. Because once you show that you have some sign of weakness, they see that and they take that and run with it. You gotta think clear. When you're thinking clear, you make better decisions. The less you say during that moment with anybody, the less you will regret later. Don't say too much. Just say what you need to say. Be firm with it. Like, hey, this is what it is, and this is what it's going to be. And we can come to a mutual decision. And if not, we can revisit this conversation or this topic some other time. You know, don't raise your voice and don't try to get the last word in, because that's only going to make them want to keep going. And then you guys are going to keep arguing. And nobody wants to argue. But you gotta, and most importantly, pick your battles wisely. You can't win them all of them won't be worth it. But the ones that you win will be the ones that you don't say a lot in. Because they only gonna make themselves look like a fool in the end. And you're gonna be the one that has the last laugh. And it's not gonna be much that they're gonna be able to do. You know? They're gonna feel some type of way about it. Like, oh, you think you've won, or you think you're better. No, I don't think anything. I'm just telling you like straight facts. Like, things don't have to be that way. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. But together, we can make a whole lot. So why not just be cool, be cordial, make it so that we both win. Everything is worth both of our whiles. You know? But nobody really understand that. Everybody wanna put each other down and belittle each other, make each other feel small, make each other feel like what you got going on in life is not worth it, or you ain't gonna make it, or just because you don't have no supporters, and ain't nobody gonna follow you because of who you are or your lifestyle or whatever the case may be. And that's not the truth. You can start something and not have no supporters. You can do something and not have many of a fan base. But as you grow and you put the energy in and you put the time in it to craft and perfect your talent and your project, you're only going to grow. You're only going to be better. And it's crazy how, you know, you can have the same thing as somebody and they'll put their stuff over yours. Like, for instance, say if I was doing clothes, I lose somebody else that was doing clothes. I'm just starting off. They've been in the business, I don't know, about 6 years ahead of me, you know. I only got 2 years in, you know what I'm saying, like that. And then instead of them, you know, giving you tips on how to maybe better your material, or, you know, craft your techniques and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, they'll belittle you and tell you, oh, your stuff ain't gonna make it like mine is. You ain't been doing it as long as I've been having it. I know the game, and I know what the people like, what the people want, and you just a rookie. Well, why not help a brother out, help a sister out? You know, tell them some. You know, a lot of people can take constructive criticism. Constructive criticism goes a long way. Not a lot of people get defensive about that, because especially starting off being new with something, we don't know everything, but we would like to learn so that we can get to the level where you at, even higher, and then help you out. We can help each other out in the long run. I'm not gonna make you feel like your material, your clothes is better than mine, because they not. Yes, I want my business to rise and I want it to keep going, but I'm not gonna make you feel like you higher than me, because you're not. Ain't nobody greater than you. Ain't nobody higher than you. And don't let nobody ever tell you that they are, because they're not. Everybody is equal. You know? We're pretty much all the same. Just trying to eat, make a couple bucks, take care of our family, elevate, grow, be different from what society wants us to be different from what the statistics say that we are. So, stop all the hatred, stop all the violence, stop all the jealousy and the naive and the backstabbing. Stop feeling like you are entitled to different things because of how much money you got, your title, your relationship with the person. Because at the end of the day, you acting like that, all that can be wiped right from underneath you. And then you back at square one. And now you looking at me like, can I help you? Can I give you something? And me being, and then you got those people that be like, why you looking at me? Why don't you run for me? You was just talking about me. You was just making it seem like, what you had going on was a lot better than what I got going on. But now you don't really have nothing. And you looking at me for a handout. No, I'm going to give you a hand up. I'm going to help you out. And in the process, you can help me out. You can build me as you rebuild yourself. So we gotta stop with all the violence. We gotta stop with all the hatred. We need more love. We need more peace. We need more unity. We need more coming together. Because that's what it's all about. I never understood why people hate against each other when you're all the same. You're all working towards the same thing pretty much. No matter where you at, where you been, the color of your skin, your religion, none of that. It's all the same. But we're gonna get on up out of here. Don't ever let nobody feel like they are entitled to anything. Your friends, your family, your co-workers. You are only responsible for the part that you do, the job that you do. Don't go overboard. Don't put a lot of stress on yourself. Don't make people feel like you are wrong for wanting your space, for setting boundaries, for setting limits. Don't ever let nobody ever feel like they are over you, because they're not. Don't ever let nobody make you feel like you owe them anything, because you don't. Peace.